there are some grand mysteries about the way that consciousness works, and where it is and what it's made of. You know, I think that there are two mysteries of consciousness that push in opposite directions to each other. The mystery for the person who thinks that consciousness it sort of escapes the physical body and is not just tied up in the brain that stops working. The mystery for them is, why is it so connected to the brain? Why is it that, like, you know, I can't affect my consciousness without affecting something in my brain? And if I prod my brain in a particular way, it also affects my consciousness. If you think about what the immaterialists about the mind say the mind is, that it's not made of matter. It's not spatial. It doesn't have extension, right? When you really think about it, if that's true, why the hell is it sort of located in our world in this brain? It would make no more sense for me to prod this brain and experience a consciousness change than for me to prod this microphone and experience a consciousness change, because the brain, the mind is not a physical thing. It's not actually the brain. So why is it that pushing this part of matter affects this immaterial thing that exists and transcends the material plane? That's a grand mystery, the interaction problem, they call it.
But our consciousness is affected when we get brain damage and things like that. Well, the kind of consciousness you experience is completely altered by a brain injury.
Exactly, which is the mystery, is that for the person who wants to say that the mind is immaterial, you have to say, well, then why the hell is it that it's just seemingly connected to the brain? It's totally beholden to the brain. Does that not tell us that consciousness just is the brain?
And when the brain's dead,
there goes consciousness. So there's the mystery for the person who says that consciousness is more than the body and will escape. However, if you do say that consciousness is actually just the brain, and yeah, it just goes when you go, there are mysteries in the opposite direction. And the biggest one of these, I think, is something like and I've talked about this on my own podcast with Philip Goff, and then more recently with Josh Rasmussen. Think about redness, for example. There are some red things in this room. There's a red star over there.
Yeah,
that redness exists in that, like, this experience of red that you're having is that you know what red looks like. It's a thing. It's there. You can perceive it. But redness isn't a property of the object itself. If there were no one to perceive it, it wouldn't be red. It would have the wavelengths that our brains associate with redness and turn into the red experience, but there wouldn't be like redness permeating the universe in the same way. It would just be electromagnetic waves, in the same way that there's, you know, ultraviolet light streaming through this room. We can't see it. It's not like perceptible. Redness would only, like, in terms of its sort of perceptible qualities, only exists insofar as a person can see it. I don't know if you agree with that, but do you see what I'm saying?
I half agree with it.
Like,
it's still there, but we have to interpret it.
Yeah, red. When I say redness, I'm not talking about the electromagnetic wave that causes the experience of redness. I'm talking about the experience of redness.
Subjective experience.
You can close your eyes and picture redness, right?
Yes.
You can picture it in your head.
Yeah.
That's not caused by any electromagnetic wave, or whatever. That's just in here. But you can still see that redness. You know what it looks like. It's there in your head, right? The problem is that if redness is in your head, which it is at least in the circumstance when you close your eyes and picture it, but also I would say when wavelengths hit your eye and your brain just transforms it into the red experience, it definitely exists. You can see it. But if it's just in your brain, where the hell is it? I can cut open your brain with a knife. I will never find redness in your brain. I'll find the neurons and the electromagnetic or the sort of atomic collisions and the brain activity associated with the experience of redness, but I won't find redness in your brain. Doesn't matter where I look, doesn't matter how much I cut, doesn't matter how many things I peel back, I'm never going to find redness in your brain. But close your eyes and there it is. So where is it? Where is the redness? Where does it exist?
Where's the mind?
That is a bemusing mystery, I think, if you spend enough time really thinking about it. Because people want to say, but red is just, your brain's reaction to electromagnetic waves. Like, fine, but that you've just described what causes it, what makes it up. But the actual product, the redness that you see when you close your eyes, where the hell is that? Where is it? And if you say it's in your brain, why can't I cut open your brain and find it? And so this is a great mystery in the other direction for people who say, no, consciousness is just the brain, it's just physical matter. Well, then where is redness? Yeah. It's not in the object over there. It's not in my brain because I can't cut it open and find it. So it must be, well, perhaps immaterial. And so, okay, in other words, I'm a bit of an agnostic about what the brain is, what consciousness is.
If you liked that clip, then you'll love the full conversation, which you can watch right now by clicking just here. Go on.